Hello everyone, welcome back to our Excel series. Today, we're diving into one of the most exciting parts of working with data, and that's using charts. Whether you're building reports for your boss, working on school assignments, or just trying to make sense of numbers, charts help us tell a story with our data. Now let's start with the big question. Why should we even bother with charts in Excel? Charts take a table full of numbers and turn them into something visual. Suppose that I give you a list of sales figures. It might take a while to understand what's going on. But if I give you a bar chart of the same data, you can instantly see who sold the most, what months performed best, and so on. Charts help us spot patterns, trends, and outliers that are easy to miss with just raw numbers. Let's talk about the most common chart types and when to use them. We have the column chart, the bar chart, the line chart, the pie chart, and the donut chart. The column chart is the classic go-to chart. We use column charts to compare values across categories. For example, if you have monthly sales data and you want to compare each month's performance, column charts are perfect. Each column stands for one value. The higher the column, the higher the value. They are simple and very effective. So in this data, we have three products, product A, product B, and product C, across January to June for a particular company. And we want to use column charts just to highlight. You see, you can see that these products, the sales in this company increases over time per quarter. So at the beginning of every quarter, it starts, they sell the lowest at the beginning of every quarter across the products. The most sold product here is product A, and the least sold is product B between January and June. Bar charts. Bar charts are just like column charts, but they are horizontal. Column charts are vertical. Bar charts are horizontal. So while in column charts you have the amounts on the vertical axis and the months on the horizontal axis. For the bar chart, you have the months on the vertical axis and the values on the horizontal axis. And speaking in terms of values, we refer to charts. So the bar chart has its values on the horizontal axis, so it's horizontal. Bar charts are great when our category names are long or when we have many items to compare. For instance, if you're comparing sales reps by name now, and the name is too long to squeeze under a column chart, you can flip the chart into a bar chart. They are cleaner and easier to read. Let me just show you if we change it and say we want a bar chart instead. Okay, so this is a bar chart showing it across horizons. But in this case, we can see that the amount is no longer neat, and you need to edit it in the chart to make it look clean. So for this chart, let's revert back to column charts. Okay. Now line charts. Line charts are all about showing trends over time. Let us say that we want to see how our website traffic, for example, has changed over the last 12 months. You can use a line chart. We can also use a line chart to understand things like exchange rate volatility, for example. Okay, we can also use line charts to understand, in this case, total sales. So how have total sales performed in the first 6 months of the year in this case? All we need to do is to drag and then insert, and we say line. Okay, so this is how total sales have performed in this company between January and June. Okay, this is a line chart. The line connects data points, making it super easy to spot whether things are going up, down, or staying flat. And we can see that in general, sales have risen since January. Although there was a slight stall, there was a decline in sales between March and April. Sales peaked again in May and in June, but at a slightly lower pace in June than in May. Okay. Now, a pie chart. A pie chart shows parts of a whole. So with pie charts, we're thinking about percentages. Okay, they are great when we want to show how something breaks down. For example, if you also want to see this in this same chart, what in what month did sales was sales the highest, for example. Okay, we can use a pie chart. See, and depending on how you modify the chart pie charts, you can add data labels, legends. Okay, you can also we can also edit it to show us the numbers as percentages. Okay, and that will be from using different formatting options, which I'll show you as we go along. The good thing with pie charts is though they give you the numbers right there in your face, it's good not to fill them with too many data, should I say, slices. Okay, so it's good to have about three, four, five, six slices. Any more than this makes it difficult to read. Then we have the donut chart. The donut chart is just like the pie chart, but it has a hole in the middle. Functionally, donut charts do the same thing. That is, they represent parts of a whole. Some people prefer donut charts just for the visual style, especially when they want to show more than one data series using nested rings. Okay, let me actually now show you how to, let me take you through how to insert data, how to insert charts, sorry. So we want to insert a column chart. Okay, so highlight the data that you want, select the data that you want, and make sure that you include the headers for your columns and your rows. In this case, our products, ABC, and our months. And then you go to the Insert tab, which is at the top, and this is the charts group. In the charts group, you can click on any type of chart you want, and Excel will instantly create the chart for you. So we want column charts, and we select it. Excel instantly creates the charts that we want. And we can decide to move this chart around, we can resize it, or we can change the type of the chart. And to change the type of the chart, let us say we don't want this column chart anymore. You just say right click and then you select change chart type, and you have a host of charts that you can select from. Okay, so before we wrap up, here are quick tips. Don't overdo it. Stick to simple chart types that get the message across. Always label your axis, your title. Ensure you have a title so that people understand what it is that you're looking at. It's also good to label each of your axes. And to do that, you click on the plus icon here and select whatever you want. For example, we want axis titles. Here it shows total amount. So we can see amount in Naira. Okay. So it instantly tells people that in January, product A sold about 48,000 Naira. Okay. Then we can also give it a good title, maybe monthly sales by product. Sales by product. This chart is really this Axis is self-explanatory, so we do not need to put a title. Now, this thing here that tells what the bars represent is called a legend. You can decide to move your legend wherever you want, up, down, to the side, depends on what you want. The lines you can see at the back of the chart are called grid lines. You may remove or put them. It's usually good to put them so it's easy for people to follow through, the numbers. You can also add a data table here. So it's not just showing the charts, it's also showing the data, provided the the table will be neat, and will aid visibility, and also considering the space you have where you want to paste your table. Now, let's suppose that we're not sure which chart to use. You can try Excel's recommended charts. It will look at your data and suggest options for you. So what you can do is just highlight the data you need, and then you go to insert and you come under recommended charts. It tells you what charts is okay for your data, having looked at your data. Okay. So that's our introduction to Excel charts. In the next video, we'll take this further and look at how to customize our charts, specifically changing colors, adding labels, and making our visuals really pop. Until then, go ahead and practice with some sample data. Create a few charts, play around with different types, and see which ones work best for your data. Thank you for watching. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next lesson. See you next week.